Hello, this is Coach Ruckman, and today I want to take a couple minutes, maybe 5 to 10, and just talk a little bit about the inside veer. And again, this isn't meant to be all exhaustive. It's just to give all the different coaches, this country, outside of the country, just a general idea of some of the basics of the play. Again, much like whenever I was discussing the midline, typically it's much easier to run to a 40 front. If you don't know what that is, maybe just ask. Maybe I'll cut a little quick video on that. But just in my own lettering, this is how we letter it. This is just to give you an idea. You can call these guys whatever you want. Much like the midline, a lot of teams that run this do that double tight slot spread look. They'll run and shoot formation to where you can spread the field, even though you're going to get some option games going with your, what the defensive numbers are. Whereas the midline, you wanted to run to a 3, so I'll do a 40 front up here. The midline, you wanted to run to a 3. The inside veer, you're really looking now for the one technique, or the shade. The inside veer, so right now we're thinking if we go to the line of scrimmage, or we call it, or if we give the quarterback the ability to change the play, we're talking about we're going to go up here and we're going to attack the left side right here. The reason why is it gives you're always looking for the angles. And right now, the angle blocks in this would be, and another reason why people go the option is it allows for more double teams, like more committed double teams. A lot of times you teach people to combo off people. You may have to do that at times, but like in this right here, we can go ahead and have what I would consider a committed double team, unless you're facing a defensive end that's pretty amazing, and we'll go over that in a minute. But right here, you've got great angles, and you can get a good double. It's important that on doubles in this, your center knows he's not trying to drive this person even up the field, really. He's definitely not trying to drive the person that way. A lot of times, centers might forget that, and they drive the guy into the hole. It is important for that guard to know that they have to double and drive down there. Now, you see some people attack the outside shoulder when they're trying to really what I call seal gaps. I prefer for people to always try to get their helmet across the body of a defender so they seal that gap off. Anybody that runs these options will tell you penetration tends to be the most difficult thing to deal with. So you're really wanting to close these gaps off. So even though he's got some help here, if there ever was a time you're getting a single down block, which we'll go over in a minute, really I think you would teach the helmet across or to the ball side. So you're just making sure that guy is sealing that gap off. Right here, though, you could do a normal double team. Right here, it provides an easy angle block for the tackle to just really smash down on that linebacker. Backside, especially I think if you watch Georgia Tech and places like that, they do a real good job of just nasty cutting people backside. I mean, just really hurtful cutting people, which is good. I mean, I like that. But right here, big thing is you got to, and again, it all depends on your personnel. I mean, if you have really slow linemen, it may be difficult. But again, you got to learn to adjust your splits based upon the play. You may have to have this guy come on down, because really right here, you're wanting to get some type of cut on him. Chop that 3 tech down so your guard can go ahead and get up there on the backer. Now, yeah, you're not blocking the backside in, but that's where you have just enough reverses, counters, toss plays, things like that. Just like any option, like the shotgun option, you got to have enough stuff to keep that backside end worried about his assignment. If you let a backside end always just chase a play from behind all night, you may have difficulty with a real good backside end. Probably most likely in college or a really highly recruited high school guy. But anyway, so we're set up here. Pre-snap motion is much like the midline that we went over. Now, the H-backs track right here, it's important. I have them going for the inside foot of the guard. It's important that you don't have and train not to get this H-back out towards the end, because the end is your read man. Usually in inside veer, you read the 5 tech. Midline, you read the 3. Inside veer, you read the 5. He's got a long way to go to get down there. Now, This wing here, there's a couple different things you could do with him. You could go ahead and just go ahead and try to block him up with this backer. I don't like that. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but really I like them getting in a game with the corner, with the wide out over here, which is where we're pretty much trying to crack the free all the time, and they back arch the corner. So now, and I think that's good to do it that way because it sets the play action game up a lot. Also, if you try to throw any type of quick bubble thing in, it really messes this person up. I think it really occupies that person, just this action, from teeing off in here, because technically they're the quarterback player, but they're the pitch read. But if they're hanging out there and they're worried all the time, you might get some good yards up in there with your quarterback. Okay, but anyway, what you're looking for this time, I call it more like a dance step. Quarterback opens 45, hits the mesh, lets the other foot ride up while they're doing the reading the 5. If that 5's out there, hanging out there, give the ball. Let them get up in there. Now, there's an extra bit of coach from the inside veer on the H-back. Whenever they're about a yard or two past the line of scrimmage, and this is unusual to teach them because usually are always north and south, north and south, north and south. In the inside veer, the way you see we're blocking it up right here, if you see, we're cracking down on the backer, the wide receiver's coming and cracking down on the free. Actually, when they're a yard or two outside, they want to go ahead and wobble out a little bit, not run to the sideline, but go ahead and just start sliding on out at full speed because all of their blocking is kind of coming to pin everybody inside. So let's say the end stays out there. Obviously, it's a give. Everybody carries out their fakes in the option. That's hard to teach, but you got to make sure you have a coach watching it. If they give, the quarterback needs to go ahead and keep running. This guy needs to keep running. And heck, some quarterbacks even do the whole fake pitch out there. Keep occupying these perimeter players. If your running back's just knifing people up the middle, occupy the perimeter. Don't let them get in there on touchdown saving tackles. Now, let's say this end goes in and crashes hard. Does make the tackle. Well, as I keep stressing with midline and any type of veer, the quarterback needs to replace his read with the ball. So, the 5 tech goes down, tackles that guy, replace him with the football. It is up to this Y back here to maintain pitch relationship. If this backer is selling out down there on the quarterback, hey, you got a nice pitch out there and you got everybody blocked. The A-back has swung out there and blocked the cornerback. The wide receiver has gone down there and cracked the free. So again, you always have a number advantage if you get the play run to the right side. But again, if you maybe throw in a little bubble right here or throw in a little play action pass we can get into, you may get this person sitting out here a good bit of the night on inside veer because if they really tee off down there, they start becoming a man short in the pass game now. They start losing pass coverage integrity, again, if he's really biting on the play action pass. So that's the basics of the inside veer. Again, to recap, if you've been watching all of them in the series, midline, run to the 3 tech, inside veer, try to run to the 1 tech. All right, again, this is Coach Ruckman. Thanks a bunch for spending time with me.